Well, where on earth have you been? Or more accurately, where have I been and what have I been up to? Get to that in a minute, but first, welcome to those of you who have recently subscribed and all of you who've still been here while I've been disappearing. It's great to be with you again. And also, before I go, if you're new here, if you're new to this channel, I'm Cindy, and I'm sharing my hubby and my journey to self-reliance and self-sufficiency. We've been on a very long journey trying to find some way that we could be financially and resource free and self-reliant. We work on our self-sufficiency in our garden and our home. We share all of those things to do with the gardening, recipes and food production and storage in the other channel in the description box below, and on this channel I deal with all the self-reliance bits instead of the self-sufficiency bits. So all things make, do, mend, and finding financial freedom. Right, there's the there's all the, I'm not going to be editing this video or podcast, whichever it will be. I'm not going to be editing it. You're just going to get it as it is because I am super busy. And let me tell you exactly what I've been doing. As you can see from behind me, there have been quite a few changes. I have spent a couple of weeks gutting and spring cleaning the house in preparation for, wait for it, the workshops. Yes, I have still been making YouTube videos for the other channel because part of the homesteading stuff, that's what we do, but I have also been working on the books. I've sorted that out. I've still been writing blogs. I'm still having trouble with the blogs, especially with Blogger and all the crawlers and bots and things like that. So I couldn't afford to have somebody else sort that out for me because that's what I'm going to be doing, is outsourcing. So how am I going to outsource if I don't have a means of income to be able to pay for it? So I just carry on finding something that will work. The books, I've only sold a few, but then again, I haven't been working on the marketing very well because I'm focusing on something else, which has been those workshops. The first workshop in January, okay, fine, must have been because it's January. Nobody's focusing on their self-sufficiency. Nobody cares about self-sufficiency. They're working on the new year, new me thing in January, and everything else is out the window. Some people work on finances, but if they're only new, that self-sufficiency could help you with your financial new year, new me thing. But besides that, I organized a workshop anyway. Nobody turned up, even after a lot of marketing, doing everything I was supposed to do. I had help with that. I booked a venue, paid for that out of our housekeeping money, and the lady who was supposed to open the hall up for us never turned up. So I was actually grateful that nobody turned up because I'd have been forking out refunds if people had paid and turned up. And nobody was there to unlock the hall. I did get my refund. The lady was very apologetic, very lovely, easy thing to happen. And I'm just grateful that we're not out of pocket. We did get our refund back, but the whole experience gave me a lot more insight into organizing a workshop, and it made me realize, okay, for now, I'm not going to be booking venues because I just don't have the money for it. I had my booklets printed. Oh, should have got one of them out for you. I had the booklets printed to go with the workshop. I had my feedback forms and I had an activity form all printed out, so that all cost, but those are good because I've got them ready for the next workshop, which came in really handy because I had another workshop just last Friday, a few days ago, and that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It was fantastic. 2 people didn't come because they had other things turn up that they had to deal with, which is fine because they'll be joining in with other workshops. And then one of the ladies who did come, It was a wonderful experience. They were really lovely, and the whole event was a wonderful experience. Okay, it wasn't a paid one, this one, but I take that still as progress, because people turned up and they paid me back with feedback, with information. So I've put that to experience. But the next one, date to be confirmed, is in another area, is in Rebrand. So that one is a paid event, paid workshop. So that is the actual workshop starting. So that's when things might start getting a bit tricky as far as universal credit migration goes, and that's when it might hit the fan for us. But I don't care. It's progress, and it's moving forward, and it's exactly what we were wanting to do. We know things are changing. All sorts of things are going to be hitting the fan for everybody, especially people on the dole. And we're just getting on with our goals of self-reliance and independence and freedom, so that we don't have to worry about this. But yeah, so I've got a second, the first workshop. Oh, I didn't even tell you what the title was, did I? The first workshop in the series is Introduction to Suburban Self-Sufficiency, 21st century style, of course. And then the second is Planning Your Garden for Self-Sufficiency. So that one is the next one. The workshops are literally workshops. They're not courses, because I'm not giving you information. It's very difficult to sell information, because information is everywhere for free. What I am selling is an experience and a workshop to get together, to bounce ideas off each other, to plan out where you are, where you're going, and how you're going to get there in your self-sufficiency goals. That's what that's about. The next one obviously is the garden one, and I have quite a few more planned. I don't have the note for that. I'll have to put it in the description box underneath. So if you get a chance, or no, do take the time to look in the description box underneath the video, and I'll have details in there of what the other workshops will be. If you're interested in any of those workshops, please drop me a line in the comments section, or you can contact me via my Facebook page for Blue Garden Cottage, not for this one, for Blue Garden Cottage, and the Instagram page. You can direct message me on those if you're interested in joining any of those. And then as soon as I have enough people to host a workshop, then I will let everybody know. So make sure I have your email address at least, or your if you direct message me. I don't want those things in the comment section. Please protect your security. If you direct message me or email me, you can get the email on the about section as well. If you email me, or if you direct message me on the Facebook and Instagram pages, I will list in the description box for Blue Garden Cottage, not for this channel. Then I will I'll make sure I get back to you as soon as I have enough people to host another workshop. But I hope to do that very soon, and I will list the events on Eventbrite for now, where you'll be able to book. And then as soon as I know that there's enough, I'll let you know the venue, because if there's too many people to host in the house, then it will definitely be at a venue booked. I love doing the garden ones at home though, because then people can have a walk around the garden, and we could just bounce off ideas and talk about individual circumstances of people's gardens, what they'd like to do, so they can get a bit more of a visual effect. But so I am also working on using the material for the workshops and the feedbacks to create online workshops and courses, so that it would be easier for people who cannot get near to South Wales to attend a workshop. Then at least they can access it online, and that will go a long way to helping us with our self-sufficiency and self-reliance goals and financial freedom. So I appreciate that. The other channel, I am getting a lot more subscribers. By the day we're getting 1 or 2 a day, maybe every other day. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I would appreciate it if you like and share and subscribe to this channel as well. I appreciate your comments, any ideas that you might have that could help. I appreciate that. And before anybody says anything, yes, we have for many years tried mainstream normal jobs in shops, factories and the like. And physical health has taken a dive over the years. We're no longer able to do those kinds of physical jobs, but that has not stopped our ideas and trying. We've tried many different things over many years to find a way of making an income, but sadly, most of them, when you're working in mainstream jobs, they just don't pay anymore. Most people now are looking for extra work on top of their regular jobs to be able to pay the bills. So mainstream jobs these days are not paying the bills, especially not in the UK anyway. I think everywhere are having trouble. We were so desperate as well with the way things were going in the UK. I mean, they are everywhere. It's hitting the fan everywhere. We were just thinking, look, it's crazy, absolutely crazy what's going on. And I don't want to talk about it here. I don't want to depress you. This is not what this message is about. This message is about transformation, changing from where we were last year with just goals and ideas to actually making it work this year. We have started to make it work. So that's what this video is about. It's about transformation. It's about actually moving forward on our goals, and we're finally there. And I hadn't had much to share with you before, but I have now. So I am overjoyed to be actually sharing with you progress. So celebrate with me. Really appreciate that. As I was going to say though, that we were so desperate to just want to escape the UK. This is my home. This is my promised land, and it has been polluted by politics and all the things that go along with it these days. And I have fear for my children and my grandchildren. I just wanted to take them out of the UK and leave. But we have no capital. We couldn't afford to do that. Our dream ideal where we wanted to go is no longer an option because everybody else is escaping there, and that obviously just pushes prices up and up and up and up. It's still our dream to go there, but the next best place, which would have been affordable, albeit more difficult because we'd have to learn a very, very different language. Yeah, that's not going to happen either. Because if we cannot take every single member of our family with us, we're not going anywhere. Family first. And we are so tied with our family that if there's one member of the family who doesn't want to go, we're not going anywhere. So what do we do if we cannot escape this craziness that's going on? What do we do? Exactly what I've been trying to encourage people to do for a very long time. Do what you can. Make the most of what you have. And that is work on your self-sufficiency and your self-reliance. They work hand in hand. They're not exactly the same thing. They're part of each other, part of, as I've said before, a bigger umbrella topic being provident living. That's one title for it. But I like to call it abundant living. Making the most of your every day, of your every resource, of your every skill, and doing the best you can with what you have. Being creative, and that's exactly what we're doing. Excuse me, as I'm talking with you, I'm looking out the window. Wildlife everywhere, birds coming to feeders. It's so lovely. So yes, that's what we have been doing. Yep, I gutted and spring cleaned the house. We're not going anywhere, so I'm going to make my home the cottage I've always dreamed of. It's a suburban council house, but it's my cottage, and it will be so by the things that we do in it. And that's what I'm doing. I am making lemonade out of lemons, and darn is it good. I'm not putting on my blinkers. I don't want blinkers on because I want to be able to assist and help others find their way in their own self-reliance and self-sufficiency. I'm very aware of everything that's going on, but I don't have the means at the moment, just yet, to change that. And besides that, we have very strong connections with many people here, dear friends, and we don't want to just dump them. If we escape, even with our family, and we can work on our freedom elsewhere, that would be great. But what of the people we leave behind, the people we love? What of them? Where can they go? They can't go anywhere. I mean, if they wanted to, they could also try and escape, but what does that do for everybody else? How does that fix anything? Best to stay where we are right now. And who knows? I do believe in my heart that things happen for a reason, and we're still here for a reason. And there's a reason it's taken so long for us to get to this point, and that what I'm doing is the right thing to be doing at this time and in this place. Right now is the time for helping people to become self-reliant and self-sufficient in this day and age of uncertainty and scarcity. And I am here to help people hang on to and develop an abundance mindset, because the scarcity and poverty mindset is rife. It is everywhere. And I don't want to talk about the details. You know what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on with food supply and prices, economies, politics, all sorts. You know what's going on. And it is depressing if we let it do that to us. So this is what I'm saying. Don't let that happen. Let's work together on our self-sufficiency, our self-reliance, and I will be sharing with you here what we're doing in those avenues. I will share with you how we're getting on with the workshops. I will share with you things that I'm doing in my home as far as the make, do and mend things go, my emergency preparations, my appropriate prepping. Okay, so that bit, that's kind of between both channels, between this one and the Blue Garden Cottage, because it's part of some of the stuff that we store and use is from the garden and foraging and that, but a lot of it is bought stuff and stored stuff. We're vegan, or rather shall I say plant-based, so many stuff we can't grow for ourselves, not in the UK or not in a suburban garden, because you couldn't grow enough. I mean, lentils aren't going to grow here. I can sprout lentils for microgreens and for sprouted seeds, but anything past that, this climate, they don't like. And I don't have a polytunnel or a greenhouse, so I've been making quite a few more experiments with seed sowing. You could see that on the other channel. But yeah, the grains, you can't grow grains in a suburban garden unless you grow things like amaranth or quinoa. Those you can grow, but will you grow enough to last from one harvest season right through to the next? That depends on how much space you've got. I discuss things like that in the other channel as well. But yeah, so we do have stored, bought stuff, and I will be discussing all things to do with food storage, the recipes I will make with store cupboard recipes I'll share on here, but the garden harvest recipes, which do use store cupboard stuff, it's a crossover thing. We'll see how that goes. I've got to work out the details on that first. So there you go. That is a quick 20-minute catch up on where I've been, what I've been doing, why I've been so scarce. So if you have stuck it out the full 20 odd minutes here, then you are a superhero. You're amazing. Your endurance is inspirational. Because I only have a few subscribers on this channel, but subscribers are not what count. It's people who interact with the videos. So your comments, your likes, your sharing, those count for a heck of a lot more. And I really appreciate it. If you will comment, if you will share, what is it you have been working on? I haven't spoken to some of you for a long time. Yeah, what have you been working on with your self-reliance and self-sufficiency? What's been going on for you? How are you coping with all this craziness? Give us some ideas underneath, because it might help one of the other viewers if they read the comments section and you mention something that I haven't It always would be helpful. I really appreciate that. Okay, folks, I've got to be off now. Lots to do. There's actually a break in the weather, so I am going to try and get out in that garden and do something more and positive towards our abundance lifestyle. I think I need to change the name of this channel to an abundance name. The name is quite scarcity, so I think Escaping the Doll with Cindy is a bit too scarcity mindset. Positive one coming up. So watch this space. As long as you are subscribed and you click that notification bell, you'll know whenever I make a new video, and you'll see when I change the name of the channel. Okay, I shall speak to you again soon, folks. Bye-bye.